That's the truth.
So, we round the globe, anything goes.
There we go.
No rules, but we run the family jewels.
Okay, you came in hot saying you wanted to do some freestyle
Is it already
rapping.
recording?
Yeah, we just roll right in. There's no intro or
We
anything.
should definitely restart, though.
There's no. Of course, it will open with you rapping.
Nah,
yes,
that was
that's what's
bad
gonna happen.
rapping.
That doesn't matter. That's good. That's what
Okay.
we want.
That's good for...
You said if there's any rules, there's no rules.
The rules are...
However, speaking of rules, can we talk about this for a
Let's
second?
talk about the rules so I don't do what I just did.
No. So these are never any rules that I have. This is rules that I've seen come from your end on this. So the Fur Kit's coming up this, I guess, at the end of the month now.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've gotten, sometimes like before you do a show, you get an email that says like, here's the things we don't talk about, And I've heard a lot of those before, like maybe not like swearing, nothing too politically polarizing. One I had never seen was... no jokes that are disparaging to animals.
Yeah. So if you don't know, I run a comedy show that raises money for homeless animals. So poor kitties and doggies, they need a home too, and that's where I come in. But so we do the comedy show, and it's a great time. But a lot of our audience there are like people that love animals. And so sometimes when I'm like booking comics, I'll be like, oh, that guy's got like a super funny dog bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get people that come to me like, hey, I got this 18-minute story about how I killed a hamster with a harpoon. Like, that's going to be badass for your... It's like, this is a show about animals. Like, let me just crucify my pet hamster and then talk about it.
So I definitely see why it's a rule.
Yeah.
But just having never heard it before, when you first read that, you go, why would I have any jokes that are disparaging to animals? And then you have a second thought and you go, why don't I have any jokes?
Yeah, I feel like this is a niche market. The funny thing is everyone always wants to be like, I have an animal joke. And then they'll tell it to me and I'm like, hey man, that's horrible. Like that's like
because there's the like when you're kids and stuff, there's all the dead puppy humor.
Yeah.
Like that's something
it's
that
ingrained,
like when you're 7 or 8, you're like, this is something.
Yeah.
Like once you hear your first dead baby joke.
Yeah.
Just because it makes everyone go, oh, and just clutch their pearls.
Because what's better than a puppy? People love puppies more than they love human babies. You know, so it's like, okay, the Arms of an Angel commercials. They don't put that on kids. No one give a dime. These dogs are raking it in, dude. Yeah, pull your wallets out.
Yeah, pull them out, dude.
Yeah.
But I just never seen it before. But it was funny how quickly just me reading the sentence.
Yeah.
My first thought was, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, now I'm writing 10.
Now I'm going to come in there and be like, I hate every animal.
It's nothing I would ever do, but that impulse is there. I think we're all kind of contrarians.
Yeah.
So when you see something written down that you'd never heard before, you're like, well, you know what? Yeah, maybe I am sick and tired of all these ferrets.
Yeah, right.
And I'm gonna,
It's about time someone put a damn stop to these weasels. No, it's annoying because that happens, and then people come and be like, hey, well, what about this animal joke? And then they'll just be like, I'm the exception to the rule. And I'm like, look, it's not about me. It's just about a good show. And 50% of the people in here love animals, and they're here. And you're going to go up there and be like, okay, well, yeah, I love animals too, but, one time I forgot to feed my rabbit for a whole summer and turned into a zombie.
So, but it's like, there's a difference between having a joke that relates to animals and then just admitting to neglect.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's just you want to end up, you're admitting to neglect.
Yes. It's just people are like, yeah, one time I messed up.
I have one thing, I won't tell, but I did unsave a rabbit.
You put it into harm's way.
Oh, no, I didn't put it into harm's way. I just stopped caring. Like it was
This is what every comic does to me, by the way. When they agree to my show, they're like, but this story's okay. I know what I'm doing this story. No, I love what's happening here.
Yeah.
But this on stage at
Would
that
be
point,
horrible,
it's just like I'm sitting here like with my thumb on my head.
It's just
like,
a confusing time because especially it was a rabbit.
Yeah.
So actually, could you get that door real quick? Just grab that kick stop. Sorry about that, man.
Let's see if I can. I'm not being on frame.
Oh, so there's a door. There's a kick stop under it.
Yeah,
There's a kick stop. Push, bam. Beautiful. Because sometimes I can just hear an echo, and I didn't want to crawl over you. I didn't know you were going to backwards try to do that with your feet.
The crab claw, the scorpion claw.
So when I was in LA, I had these kind of hippie adjacent roommates, and one of them was a comic, and he was dating a very hippie girl. and they went out into the forest and they took mushrooms. And they came back to the house. I lived at a place with like 6 comics or whatever. Or no, at the time I was with my girlfriend. Sorry, I had escaped that place. But they come back to the comic house with this rabbit. And it's clearly like a domesticated rabbit. It just doesn't have a collar. They're like, we found it in the wilderness. I'm like, you probably stole someone's rabbit. But there's no collar. There's no way to find out. It's just this terrified rabbit. And they're like, we're going to give it to this shelter. I knew that was a kill shelter. And I have a big, like, I am huge anti-kill just because of some personal stories.
Sure, yeah.
I was in Mississippi and I volunteered there one summer and it was a kill shelter. I had to like deal with that and like handle dead animal.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
tight.
not fun.
That'll mess with your psyche. So when they said they were going to take it there, I'm like, no, I'll take care of it. Like, and my girlfriend at the time was like, yeah, sure, we can. I'm like, we'll just grab it for like a couple days. And I couldn't get rid of this rabbit.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing I could do.
Sure.
To get rid, and it was just terrifying. And my girlfriend was allergic to it. And, like, I made it a sanctuary in my bathroom with all the enrichment stuff.
Yeah, the enrichment toys.
And instead it chewed on the walls.
Yeah, they love floorboards.
Yeah. Just getting all of my molding. I was like, bro, what's happening? This rabbit sucks, dude.
Yeah, they're not
and it's
good.
like, and it wouldn't let anyone pet it. It was kicking. Like, it kind of got somewhat used to me, but I had to clean it all the time. I had this thing for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Couldn't get rid of it. Was trying to find places, and everywhere in California said, this is an exotic animal.
Yes, exotic.
I said,
yeah.
exotic? It's a rabbit.
Yeah, everyone knows what this is.
It's a rabbit.
This is not a seahorse.
I've never showed them, and they're like, what? What? What is this
You
magical
can't keep
creature?
these. Yeah, no.
Where did you get this? Tibet? Like, where did this come from?
Owning a rabbit is every con of owning a cat. Like, sometimes they'll scratch you. Like, and a rabbit's back claws, they're shy. They're not super friendly, and they don't really show affection.
Well, and it's countdown until you've killed this rabbit. Because I've never heard of a rabbit that died of natural causes.
No.
It's never happened.
It's like hamsters. They just blow up one day.
Well, it's an animal that can get scared to death.
Yeah. Their heart will stop.
It will just stop. And that is not a defense mechanism. That's a self-destruct button.
Yeah, that's just, I'm done.
They're like, well, a lot of times with an animal, you can go like, well, nature like put this in there so that it could. No, it's just like, well, just kill yourself.
Yeah, this is fine. This is a good thing. It's like if I was in the movie theater watching like A Quiet Place, the lady steps on the nail, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
I'll just wail.
Yeah, I just send a group text to everyone I ever met and say, hey, this ain't for me.
Well, it's ridiculous because I'm trying to get rid of this rabbit, and everyone's like, it's exotic, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And then finally, it's like it's almost Thanksgiving time.
Just
and so
eat
like
it?
my girlfriend,
Eat
my girlfriend at the time, she went back home, and I'm leaving and I'm supposed to be gone for like 2 weeks. I can't take this rabbit.
No.
I can't leave this rabbit.
No.
I need to do something with this rabbit. So I put it in my car. I drive. I'm in the car probably 4 hours going to different places in person because I'm like, everyone can tell you to F off over the phone, but when you show up with the animal, you have to at least give me some
some dialogue
info,
has to happen.
Yeah. So I take it to like 3 different places. Like, no, sorry, all right, it's exotic. We can't handle it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's a rabbit.
Yeah.
Just everyone treated it like it was like it was a foreign diplomat.
Yeah.
Who had very specific needs. Like it was just.
It's funny because I've been on the other end of this where I was actually working at an animal rescue and we got rabbits because what had happened was we came in and we saved a bunch of animals from a hoarding case, and they just happened to have some rabbits too, and we pulled the whole shebang because it was gnarly, it was bad. But like, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like it was a whole thing. Like, take care of the rabbit. They're crazy, and everyone's allergic to them. I was deathly allergic to them, and I was like taking care of them and stuff.
My girl, she had like hives. She had on this.
And
I was like, this
hay.
is just not a fun animal.
And like 90% of people are allergic to hay on some extent. To some extent, Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like finally I find this place. It is a rabbit rescue.
Yeah.
It is called Rabbit Love.
Cool.
They're Bunny Love. The place is called Bunny Love.
Yeah.
I get there. I get the rabbit. I walk in. There's a dude in a Bunny Love shirt and a Bunny Love hat, and he's just like tongue kissing these rabbits. He just has a weird relationship. He's like, these rabbits. I came into him like doing that with one of them, like nuzzling.
Rabbit feet, gold chains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I get there. He goes, oh, hey, what's up, man? Like kind of hippie. And I give him the bunny, who has been at best aggressive towards me, but like whatever. This thing was instantly just putty in his hands,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Oh, what are you?" And he looks up and he flips it upside down.
He's like, this is an exotic animal.
We flipped it upside down, and he's got like its taint, and he's just kind of going like this. He goes like, "So are you a boy or are you just a dirty girl?" Huh? And he's doing this to the rabbit. I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
No.
But the rabbit loves it, and he's just there, and he's like, "So what's up? What can I do with this?" I'm like, "You got to take this. You are the man. You're the man to take this."
I think he's attracted.
And he
to
goes, we can't.
It's an
What do you mean
exotic
you
animal.
can't? This is the place. This is the place. It's only rabbits here.
Yeah,
And he
you
goes,
love them here.
Sorry, we don't have room. We only have one bin left, and that's for emergencies. I said, I'll stab this rabbit.
Yeah, it's like, this is about to be an emergency.
I will make this an emergency if that is what is required.
Yeah. If we need critical condition, I've got brass knuckles in my pocket.
So
I'll pop this sucker once.
I said that out loud to the bunny love guy.
Yeah.
And surprise, surprise, didn't go over.
Yeah.
Didn't hit. The joke did not land.
Yeah.
And he looked at me horrified, and he goes, I can't take this rabbit, but there's a place 2 hours away. I've now been in the car for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Driving around Los Angeles.
Full-time shift.
He says, there's a place that's 2 hours away. If you leave now, you can make it before they close. I'm also thinking about getting to the airport.
Sure.
Like, I have all this other laundry list. I have real human things that I have to do.
Yeah.
And so finally, I'm like, you know what? Okay. Can you give me the number of the place? And he gives me the number of the place. I hand him the rabbit. I walk outside on my phone, and I just keep walking. And I get in my car, and I drive away.
Into the sunset.
He didn't leave. He'd ask for my name. He didn't ask for my number. He was holding the rabbit. Catch me.
It's your problem now.
You are infinitely more equipped to handle this rabbit than I am.
Yeah.
So I did unrescue a rabbit. But I think I left it at the best place possible.
We can always, draw the lines and, write the story ourselves, right? Like what I have high hopes that this rabbit is in public office, is doing great things.
I was about to say, yeah. He's had a few fruitful career.
Yeah, because, hard times make a strong rabbit, So,
Soft times make soft rabbits. Soft rabbits.
Yeah, exactly. It's not all cabbage and trick cereal.
Soft rabbits leave soft stool.
Yes.
Hard rabbits leave hard pellets. Yeah.
Hard pellets, dude, yeah. I've always said that.
Have you always?
Yeah, I've always said
That's been a big part of your repertoire?
Yeah, people come to me for advice all the time. And so that's when I just
Well, it's like, so you dole out this kind of this colloquial Jersey advice.
Yeah.
And I just have learned this about you.
Yeah.
You are a Jersey guy.
I am a Jersey guy. And, I always feel weird saying that because I feel like somewhat of an imposter because I'm from New Jersey, but I only lived there till I was like 15. So the way I speak is tainted, but everyone's like, hey, what exit do you live on? And I'm like, I never drove there. I was a boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we would go to like New York all the time, and we would do all the Jersey things. We would do that.
Sorry.
You're good.
There we go.
We can cut that part out.
Well, there's a certain way I have to hold it, but now I look like a crazy person.
Well, you just got a little pinky on
But
there.
you see how like the blood's rushing out of my pink because I'm pushing it hard.
Yeah.
Like this is a very casual pose, but I'm really straining.
Your
it.
hand just looks like an anglerfish, and that's the point that
I'm like a
blew you in.
cool deaf comic now. Like, and then I was talking to this man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see this? Let's angle this articulation here.
I don't feel sufficient with my mic handling.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got a mic that works.
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you're chilling. You're in the clear.
I love that.
So, Jersey.
Yes.
Sorry, but you left Jersey when you were 15 to come here.
Yeah, and I moved. No, actually, that's a lie too. I moved from New Jersey to New Mexico, and I lived in New Mexico.
Well, that was witness protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Funny enough, my high school was the Breaking Bad high school.
In Nevada. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You say it Nevada? No,
New Mexico.
No, it's
in New Mexico.
Say Nevada.
Yeah, New Mexico. Whatever, somewhere dry.
Yeah, somewhere desert that no one likes. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, people like it. You know that all of America's gold comes from Nevada?
No, because I never lived there.
No, I didn't either. But sometimes I host trivia, and that was something. It's one of the 3 things I now know about Nevada.
I love that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
One time when I was in the 4th grade, they'd put all the state names in a hat, and they passed around to all of our classmates, and we all had to draw a name. And I pulled Wyoming because we had to do like book reports, and that was the worst week of my life.
They're like, you go online, they're like, Cowboys maybe?
Yeah.
Was it Cowboys maybe?
It's like every other surrounding state had everything good that they had, But that, but nothing unique.
Like rocks,
Yeah.
I can't, dude. If you put a gun to my head and you said, "Tell me."
I did the book
Two
report,
things about Wyoming.
Yellowstone National Park, and number 2, I hope to God that they have casinos. I don't know, something.
Nevada, Wyoming. They got it, right?
Yeah. What else is there to do?
I don't know.
Shoot dice and shoot yourself.
It's probably the last state I think of.
Yeah.
Literally the last one. Because I'll think of the Dakotas, maybe.
I was thinking, even like South Dakota, like North Dakota gets some love just because they talk about how horrible it is all the time.
Wow. So you went to the high school where they shot it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like there's a couple scenes where he's just got like arms full of beakers and like bottles and he's like walking down the steps. And I'm like, yeah, I totally used to get turned down by chicks on those steps. Like that happened.
Did it turn you to a life of methamphetamine crime?
Not crime, but passion. Yeah, I did a lot of bad things, but I loved it. Yeah.
That's nice, dude. You're very passionate about your mouth.
So it's not a crime. Yeah. All the kids would always like get the Blue Rock candy and stuff, and it was like a cultural phenomenon while we were there. Like everyone was like, "Yeah, it's cool to live in the desert because this cool TV show," and whether that's true or not.
I had track meets there, and I did the tour. I did the Breaking Bad tour.
So they took it to Crystal Palace, that motel by the airport.
Yeah. They took us by the house that everyone throws pizza on the roof of. That
that
kind
chick
of
is
infuriates them.
So mad.
Yeah. Sell the house.
They have like $80,000 worth of security at that joint. It's like, you can list this house for sale for $5 million, and I know a fanatic will buy it. Just do that shit.
Why wouldn't you?
Because they like to be the victim.
Like, we're the Alamo.
Yeah.
Like, people want that hill to die on.
I'm not trying to victim blame, but these guys are going out of their way to be like, hey, quit doing bad things to me. And you're sitting on a gold mine, literally.
Yeah.
I do not feel bad for you.
You see the stuff
If someone
online,
wants to throw it hot and ready on your fucking roof, let it happen. Like, it's okay.
I mean, you get it. Like, there's a part of you, like, when you see the thing on Instagram where it's like this lush, big neighborhood with the fences, and then just through the middle is just this long, cracked driveway with the one house that wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
And it's just some old guy going like, but where am I going to keep my shoes?
It's like,
all right.
It's like, dude, we will buy you a storage container unit, buddy. I'll get you a tote from Costco. Put your shoes in there.
Just like old people that don't get, like,
of course,
nothing's gonna change their mind. It's like, this is where I had my harpsichord lessons. You're like, all right, dude. All right, fine.
I can't argue with that. Yeah. No, it's just they don't want change. No matter how good the change could be.
God forbid you give some generational wealth to your children. Just just go. This is my American dream.
Yeah, I could sell this house for a 3,000% increase of what I bought it for.
And maybe help the next generation. But no, they need to bootstrap.
No, my kids are lazy.
And my kids need to bootstrap it.
Yeah. It's like, if they weren't so lazy, they wouldn't have to work 3 jobs while they're going to college.
Exactly.
If they,
like, come on, just pick better jobs.
Exactly.
That's what when I got into the banks, you know how I did? You know how I did it?
Put a suit on.
I walked into a bank.
Shook their hand. Yeah.
Walked into a bank, shook his hand.
Said, "Hi, I'm Johnny Banks, and you need to give me a job."
And he said, "You know what, son? I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
You would like to be.
You're hired.
Congratulations, son. You are now an investment banker."
That's right. VP of sales.
VP of sales. After a week.
That's what my grandfather used to say.
Hey, man, we got you a car out there for a nickel.
If you need to fill it up, just pull up to any gas station and spit on the floor. They'll know what you mean.
You walk into that room, that's the computer room. It's the only computer you'll ever need. It's the last one you'll have to buy, they say.
Yeah, we're going to get you an assistant. You're like, blondes or brunettes? Whoa.
Hey.
I didn't say that.
Whoa.
That's how it used to be. It used to be shitty.
Mm-hmm. It used to be shitty.
Yeah.
And my dad was actually talking about like that. I think he spent like $2,000 on his first computer.
Yeah.
And that's what they told him at the store. Last computer you'll ever have to buy. Yeah.
Not true.
Not true. But he had the money for it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because everything was for free and wishes.
That's right. Cost you nothing.
Just get interest rates that no one understands. And just rack it into oblivion.
It's a 4.8 ZP10. You don't have to worry about this until the lizard aliens come back to planet Earth.
Like my finance bro friends and tech friends, when they start talking, I can't. It turns into white noise.
Yeah.
And I start to drool a little bit.
That's how I feel when people try to tell me about how they care about me or whatever.
Yeah? Okay, so you are Irish. That's right. All right, cool, man.
I'm like,
Are you Irish?
No.
No, you're not. All right.
I'm like Czechoslovakia or whatever those weird ones are.
Okay. All right.
Like the ice people. I'm a Nord.
You're a Nord?
Yeah.
Okay, that tracks because like I'm Irish and Norwegian.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe you look a little more Irish than me.
I'm like a Swede.
You got some Swede in you.
Yeah. I got these cheeks.
Is that Swedish cheeks?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought is that not a byproduct of just eating Swedish fish? Is that?
I'm just eating lots of Hot Pockets. No, yeah. Well, that too. It doesn't help. But no, I have I think I've got like a little, like a chocolatier's build, you know, a little bit of a.
I feel you.
Yeah.
When you went to New Mexico from New Jersey, could you kind of like hold your own against kids because they thought you were a tough Jersey kid?
It's funny, yes and no. Like when I got to New Mexico, my accent was it was over the top to them. And like, to be honest, my accent only kind of comes out like if I'm like doing a public speaking situation or if I'm a little nervous or even if I'm just familiar with the people I'm with. But like if I'm at work or just like doing my life, like you wouldn't know until I get pissed. And then I'm like, hey, what the, you know, hey,
get out of here. What are you doing?
Exactly. Like when I get upset, it actually does come out. So when I get there, I've got this accent and I for the first time in my life became a minority because I'm in New Mexico, you know, large Hispanic population. My school, you know, it was just in the middle of, you know, BFE, New Jersey. Like, no one knew what the hell was going on. It was just a bunch of like, butt-fuck Egypt.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just a bunch of, you know, Italian kids and, you know, Jewish kids and whatever. But so I get there, and my first day at school, I'm in line at the lunch line, and there's two kids ahead of me. And I already referenced Brass Knuckles once this episode, but this is the second reference. But I saw a kid hand the other kid Brass Knuckles on my first day of school, and I was like, oh, shit. You know, I was like, this is something else, you know, and then...
just because he might need it later?
Yeah. Well, I think they were scheming, but...
Keep an eye on this. Keep a handle on this. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Hold on one second. I'm going to press that button. Yeah. Is it going to buzz on me? Is it buzzing?
No buzz.
And the fightings.
How cool is that?
Baba booey.
Bug. So there's like okay. So there was already crime established there.
Yeah, all that to say, like, I had felt good coming into the school. I was like, I could do this, you know. That was my first move. I was just a boy. I was in, like, the 8th grade, right? So that's, like, right before high school. So I was in a fragile state. You know, I was in a fragile state. But I learned quickly that I
hate this thing.
It's all good.
There we go.
We can cut that.
No. The people have to know. People have to know that I'm inadequate as a podcast host.
Is it fun to watch? No, but they need to watch
They
it.
need to see it happen. So, like, because I usually just rock this camera, every single episode, there are at least 3 different spots where there's 2 minutes of just blackness with the sound and recording still going, but I just have not seen that switch off. Yeah. And I just throw up like a Oblivion loading screen or something like that. It's like people go, well, you should just cut. I'm like, they need to know. Yeah, they need to know that it is my fault.
Some player tips.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It literally just I got like a 5-minute clip of the Skyrim loading screen and it changes with the tips and the thing.
Have a tummy ache? Eat tum.
No, it's still about dragons. It's still like, if the guards are out to find you.
Yeah, if your inventory is full, press L3. And,
exactly. And I just want people to okay. All right.
I never thought of it that way.
And in the background, me and Rondell are just talking about like some prison rape movie or something. It's just horrible.
It's great.
Yeah, cool, man. So now I'm holding this gingerly. I think this is the move.
It's going better. Except for right
there we go.
Then.
Yeah, so this is the difference. This is a little bit of articulation.
You're literally holding it like a cigar.
I am holding it like a cigar, which is perfect because we're talking about Jersey, we're talking about the mob, we're talking about stuff.
We're getting moxie.
So you said that your family actually has some connection.
Yeah. So
and first off, is it okay that we can talk about this?
We can definitely talk about this.
Should we wear sunglasses?
If you have some.
I have another pair in the car. We'll do it next time.
It's all right. Yeah, I'll just.
We can do the voice changer if you want.
Yeah.
In post, I can just do this.
Just blur my face out.
Yeah, exactly.
You still have my name, Zach Hadlock, Atlanta comedian.
Exactly. But still do the blur.
Yeah, please keep this anonymous between you and me.
It's actually something I'd like to keep between us.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, so it's a funny story. So my grandfather is mobbed up, and I love to tell the story because, I think it's cool. But it's different than what a lot of people expect. Because I'm from New Jersey, they always assume, he's like a New York mob or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't the case. He was a union guy in California, and he was like a union lead, and he would run for different leadership positions. But essentially, like most World War II era gentlemen, my grandfather wasn't the type to want to dish about these things. Like, he didn't really want to talk about it. But towards the end of his life, I was just really curious, and I was asking him a lot of questions, and I pulled out some nuggets that I've deciphered, and I will give you my interpretation of what I believed he was up to.
I'm so excited. Okay. So this is like Teamster stuff.
Teamster stuff, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
And so I'll start with the truth. The truth is he used to steal trucks for the mob. So that happened. He would steal trucks for the mob. Okay?
Sick. Like, not just the contents. Like, something fell off a truck. He's getting the truck.
He's stealing the truck. Yeah.
Nice.
So that had happened a few times. And the reason why I know that's a fact is because he told me this story from his mouth about how one time he got pinched, right? So he got caught stealing a truck, and he got a court date. They put him up or whatever. But his friends, and it wasn't him at the time, but his associates that he was dealing with, might have postponed that court date, might have postponed. Yeah, my grandfather. The skin fell.
I thought that was all pre-porn. Actually, if I think about your grandfather's life, I would imagine that would be pre-porn, not post-porn.
I never thought of it that way. I think you're right. But, so it's been postponed. He gets a letter in the mail. He checks it. He's like, "Hey, your new court date is this, yada yada." That date comes, wouldn't you know it, there's a new letter with a new date. One day it just says, one day there's just a date that says indefinitely, we'll let you know. And then you never find out.
Nothing happened.
So they just, they wiped it clean.
That's interesting. And it's just because the mob has access to legal teams and stuff like that can just keep things kept up.
Yeah, I think they just wrote a check to the judge, or they said, "Hey, we're not doing this."
No, okay.
Yeah, and then that's what happened. So my grandfather walked away free man after being caught stealing a semi-truck.
Just prying the VIN tag off of something. Yeah.
And so have you seen The Irishman?
I've seen every mob movie that's ever been made.
It's my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, okay. So I've seen The Irishman, and in the very beginning when he's like, Frank's ripping off like the butcher and like the semi-trucks or whatever, I'm like, that's super close to what he was doing. Yeah. It's super cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So there's that story. Yeah.
But what's your grandfather's heritage? Is he also... That was the cool thing about Teamsters and stuff like that, is that you didn't have to be Italian.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So we're not Italian. I mean, like, I wish, but look at me. I look like a little blonde chode. I'm not Italian. I wish. But
I don't know. I love Italian people. Never once have I gone like, yeah, you know what I wish I was?
You're kidding me.
Not a chance.
They're beautiful.
No, they're not. The women are fantastic. I dated a woman from Rome for a long time. All of my friends who are Italian are borderline unbearable.
Yeah. Well, it's like they have nicer hair.
They do.
A lot of times there's a stronger jawline, and I could use that.
Yeah. But just as like most of my blood is Irish and is rooted in shame.
Yeah.
And like over the top, like, why would anything good, like, or just, oh, don't worry about me, we'll be over here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about us, please. Let's not stand out or anything.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a comedian, you get away from that a little bit. But just the Italian, like, hey, what are we doing? Let's kick the door in. I'm like, easy, buddy. Easy.
I need you to stop.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's take it. Let's pump it back.
It's a better Halloween costume.
It is a much better Halloween costume. Yeah. I'm glad that the CEO shooter. I'm so glad that guy wasn't Irish. Like when it came back Italian, because when it came back, they're like, oh, it's a white guy. We all went, but what kind? Which one? And then when Italian happened, we all collectively went, whew, all right, cool. They know how to handle this. Yeah. I don't think he's ever going to make it to court. I think there's going to be a letter, so there's a pushing.
I think you're a lot more bogged down by all that than I am, because I've never had like a Swedish guy hit the news, and I was just like, uh-oh.
When a Swedish guy hits the news, it's because he's eaten 50 people.
Yeah. He's either in the best bitchin' band you've ever heard, or he consumes flesh.
Because like Norwegian is straight-laced until it goes full deep end. Yeah.
It's like
And they get the guy, it's like, I see everything as ones and zeros, so I decided to take them apart and see what their spleens look like.
and
you're
then
like,
eat.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, the burger.
Yeah, stay in the cold igloos.
It's actually really good to do in the sauna.
I heard that.
They're always preaching the sauna,
I
too.
know, I agree, dude. The moment I pop off, that's my first purchase is a Costco sauna.
You're going to add years to your life. Years to your life. Look at me. I'm 95 years old.
It's like the guy looks like he's 18.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, but you also are a vampire. You're like, yeah, I consume human flesh.
It does help. Yeah, adrenochrome will help. And now I just got this podcast shadow banned.
No, but there's something scary about like a Swede because of the culture. The culture is the emotion in the language is detached. And then, like, for something like that, like something like one of the romantic languages, I guess it's like easier to see a crime of passion.
Yeah.
But with Norwegian and Swedish folk, it's like you really don't know until it's too late.
They've already purchased the battle axe. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was thinking maybe I'd kill you with a cleaver.
You know, we've been low on firewood lately.
The village, we all talked, and we decided that you were the weakest link.
You look the most delicious.
So we're going to crack you open and eat your bone marrow. You're like, oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Gretel's coming over for
Just
dinner.
so polite and just exacting.
That's a great idea. Yes. I love
That's
that.
cool, though.
No,
so
yeah.
your grandpa was a Teamster.
Yes, and
That's cool.
That's a confirmed story from his mouth. And now I'll share a few of the ones where I'm like, I'm pretty sure, but it's not confirmed. Okay.
You just felt like old newspaper clippings.
Yeah,
And you're just like, you seem too proud of this.
Yeah, I'm just drawing up the white or the red yarn on the table, figuring out loud. I'm talking to my mom's eyewitnesses. Yeah. So I grabbed my mom and I'm like, hey, just tell me some of your stories like about, you know, hanging out with your dad growing up. Like, what were some of your happy memories or whatever? And she says, she's like, well, something that we would do a lot is we would just kind of like get in the car and just drive around town, and my dad would just go and like, you know, just check in on people and chat them up and all this. And she said something about like, you know, exchanging things or whatever. And so, you know, I'm like, was he ever like, you know, getting envelopes or something? She's like, actually, yeah. Like sometimes he would. And I was like, so he took you in the car and y'all
On a collections run.
Collections, right?
Yeah,
So it's like you would just drive around town and say hi to all of his friends.
Who very quickly ran out to greet us.
Yeah, exactly.
As he got out of the vehicle.
It's like he wasn't a violent guy, and I have a hard time like thinking that he was ever muscle, like because
Right.
he was a sweetheart, but he was a goofball, you know.
Well, he was probably the carrot.
Yeah.
Like you, because you got your carrot guys, you got your stick guys.
Yeah, he wasn't a stickball guy.
No,
He was
you're
a
probably carrot guy.
Yeah.
Or twisted carrot guy who is stick.
Yeah.
So
Good cop,
sweetheart
bad cop.
but sweetheart who is smiling while breaking your kneecaps.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you know, I knew him, but I didn't know him.
That's what I'm saying. Like my grandfather on my mom's side, same way.
Yeah.
So it's like you knew him, but you didn't know.
Yeah.
Like the dude was a tracker.
Yeah.
So like he was the one. Like if anyone shot game and lost game, he could track it like across the state or whatever. But he was like a helicopter medic in Korea.
What the hell?
So just like the worst gore and stuff like you can imagine.
Yeah.
And just like he never spoke about any of it.
Sure.
So you don't know what your grandfather's personality is. Like we already saw them when they had just kind of hit a hard, like a Control-Alt-Delete on their software.
Defragged their entire hard drive.
Exactly. And now they're just like, well, I'm just gonna make meat. I'm just gonna cut meat, and I'm gonna hit my kids sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna mow the fuck out of my lawn. I'm gonna mow the living shit out of my lawn.
Dude. Because like dudes come back from war or whatever, and that's just how it was. We didn't have like I don't know if it was better or worse, because they definitely weren't getting these SSRIs that are getting all these soldiers in trouble.
Yeah.
Like with dependency and stuff like that when they have PTSD.
Sure.
But I mean, they weren't doing anything else either.
Yeah.
I think they were really just kind of medicating with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my guy was all about that RC Cola.
My grandpa loved RC Cola.
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's cheap and it's shitty.
Because it was 3 pennies less expensive. And that was when they were like, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
You got to get the
It's
RC.
a completely different taste, but it's a good thing.
drink Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Dude, RC Cola, it tasted like Coke with rust.
It tasted like Sweet Tarts.
Sweet Tarts, that's a good, okay.
Yeah. It's like if you blended up some candy.
Yeah. I always just thought it was like there was a metallic taste, like the tip of the tongue kind of feel to it.
You remember Big Lots?
Of course I know Big Lots.
Okay. I used to,
We were big Lot fans.
If you're balling on a budget, you shop at Big Lots, okay? Something that a lot of people that like energy drinks like myself enjoy at Big Lots is every once in a while they'll wrap a can twice or like put some bullshit on their can and they can't sell them regular retail, so they just sell Monsters for like 80 cents.
And they re-wrap them?
Well, no, they just like sell the can, but it looks like it's got a diaper on it. It just has like a bunch of that's a terrible explanation, but it just has like a lot of wrappers on it. It looks like shit, but it tastes the same. Okay.
And
so one time I go to a Big Lots and they have a Monster flavor I'd never seen before. It's called Heavy Metal. It's a big green can. I don't know how much.
It's just alkaline. It's just like this is. Have you ever had Monster Mercury?
Yeah, it's just lithium. Yeah,
dude.
But I took one sip. It just tastes like barbecue sauce. It was literally a barbecue sauce flavored Monster.
Ugh.
And I'm not joking. It was.
Ugh.
I took 2 sips and I was like, I'm actually better than this.
Ugh.
I can't believe I took a second sip.
Well, there's some of the like bad ones are fun sometimes for like a second, like when you went to like World of Coke as a kid.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, try the Beverly. Yeah.
I was there last month and I tried the Beverly and it was still terrible.
Here's the problem, dude. I'm kind of okay with Beverly now. I think just years of drinking alcohol that you're just like, was this some kind of tonic water? I'm sure this is somehow helpful to me.
Yeah.
When something tastes so bad, it must be health conscious.
It is a psychological abusive movement on every taste bud in your mouth to drink Beverly.
But I drink Fernet. So you already know where I'm at. Yeah. I like that kerosene taste, man.
Yeah, I don't. I like limes.
Okay. Yeah, you like lime? I could see how normal people would like sweet things and things that taste good.
But no disrespect,
I mean, you can disrespect me. I'm not mobbed up. I'm not I have a big dumb happy face, and I'm happy for you to disrespect me.
God bless America.
I feel you, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I was partially involved with kind of like the IRA when I was in San Francisco. So just tangentially involved with it. I played pool for their bar, and occasionally I'd have to take a dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was money on the game. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Do it for the greater good.
That kind of thing. But I was never involved in anything.
Yeah.
But I'd walk in and they'd be planning something.
You're the fall guy.
I'd walk in, they'd be planning something. They're like, oh, Nate, grab the Tullamore, grab the thing. Bring us on over here. Don't worry. He's a comedian. He's hilarious. He won't say shit.
Yeah. I've never seen you drink Guinness once.
Really? I drink it often.
Really?
Yeah, I know. If I'm at Ship and Anchor, that's what I'll throw down. Throw do a Guinness. There was one time, I was just reminded of this, because some of my friends have been trying to get into espresso martinis. Annoying people.
I enjoy them.
Yeah,
but
sure,
I'm
of course
insufferable.
I'm gonna, insufferable. But you'd never order one at a dive bar.
You're right.
Yeah, you wouldn't. But so I'm at this Irish place. It's called Ireland's 32.
Yeah.
Bartender's this guy from like off the boat. Name is Peter. Very Irish.
Yeah.
And this girl comes in and she's like, hey, can I get like a green tea shot? And he goes, absolutely, darling. Why don't you just go over there, grab yourself a seat. I'll make it there. I'll bring it over myself, okay? She goes, oh, thank you so much. He's so nice. They're nice here. He turns away. He looks at me and goes, all right, you fucker, check this out. He grabs the martini glass, just fills it with Guinness. Keeps the big foam, throws the 3 things on there and goes, how much you want to bet she don't notice? What? She goes, I bet she'll say something's different about it. And he goes over, hands it to her, and she goes, there's something different about like what you do. He goes, old secret, darling. Don't you worry about it.
Don't worry.
What Irish secret?
Just half beer.
Yep, just had half a Guinness.
What's a green tea again? It's peach schnapps, Sprite.
Yeah.
Is that it? A sweet sour?
I think most of the sour taste is off of the end of the gun when you're whistling it around in your mouth. Yeah. Because that's normally how I do it. I'll take a green tea shot and then I'll just taste the front of my
Yeah. Just consider your options.
I only like things that are bad. I like black coffee. I like Fernet. I like Budweiser.
Yeah.
If it's like I've gotten
My comedy.
Yeah, no, I love your comedy. I love your comedy.
That's because it's terrible. No, it's
because it's not sweet. It's not sweet.
Sour. It's
Yeah. Well,
milk.
I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I like some things. I like the mess up part is most of it's like lemony stuff. You know, like
Citrus.
I like yeah.
That's where I'm pulled too, man.
You're a citrusy person.
Yeah, like yeah. Isn't that profound?
Sick, dude.
Yeah, I thought I would get that off my chest after all these years. No, I love it, dude. Like Fresca, Sprite, all that. I'm a lime lemon boy.
Yeah, but that was interesting. The differences. So like the with sorry, this isn't. You're not gonna have to sign that or anything. That's for other people.
Okay, yeah.
But like the Teamsters
an
versus yeah. Well, no, it's actually a W-2. I think it's for the weekend comics to come in.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get me a job.
No, I was not gonna do that, buddy.
But if I
got you, man. Something will fall off a truck soon.
Yeah. You see, I mean, I've been out of work ever since I got put up. You guys told me you'd take care of me when I got out.
I got you, bro.
I've
I
been
got you,
out.
bro. I mean, I know you've been out, but I told you we got it. We're taking care of you.
Yeah, I've been out, but
Take
I've
care
been
of you.
out. I need back in.
I feel you. Whatever, man. We let you wet your beak. We let you wet your beak. What's the big deal?
Wet my beak.
I let you wet your beak.
Yeah, all right.
You go out, you buy furs.
You need to earn
the day of.
Yeah.
Furs the day of.
Lay low, return it. Get the fuck out of here.
Return it.
Yeah, Jimmy Conway.
Yeah. You gotta
That's
talk
right,
to
that's
me.
right.
And then you come here. You come here on my pod.
Yeah,
you come here on my pod.
On the day of my
And you tell me to crack you in.
And you gotta close the door like you're a fucking rattlesnake.
Huh? Yeah.
That's not okay.
Whatever. I gave you the good mic cord, didn't I?
You did. You did do that.
I did. You know why? Because I'm a gentleman.
You are a scholar, a mensch. You're a mensch.
So keep that in mind. You want to start opening your mouth, talking about who is and who isn't, giving them new jobs.
I won't talk about no jobs. It's
All
not
right, cool.
It's not my place. It never was, never will be again. Because I'm out.
That's good.
No, I'm out.
Oh, you're out. Yeah, you'll be back.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Dude.
I've got one more mafia-related story here that I'd like
please.
to descend, but so in my home right now, and if you care to, I can send you a photo of it so you can put it on the screen right now. But I've got a plaque, and this was a gift given to my grandfather from his associates in the mob, and it says it's like honorary member of the mafia in good standing. And it's a joke. It's like a joke because if I try to find it, I try to like search it up. I was like, hey, is this something? Like, is my grandfather
Did
the
they make
Illuminati?
certificates? Did they make?
Yeah. I was like, am I entitled to some sort of compensation on account of my bloodline? Is like connected to the Rothschild family? Or something? I'm looking for any way out. I'm sick of a 9 to 5, you know. But
I heard that guy was in the MS-13. Did you check his paperwork? Did you check his paperwork to make sure that he's actually in the Gambino family?
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be a paper trail.
I'm grasping at straws.
That is funny for the mob to do. Like, send him a certificate. Send him a certificate.
Just give him a little golden star.
Yeah, give him a little certificate.
Little badge of honor. So I have this, and then actually too, I've got some of his union pins when he was like running as to be a union lead. But so yeah, he got given this gift, and the first stories that we would hear tell from him, I've heard these like mafia stories even when I was like a teenager. But he would say that they used to hide people at his house. So he, later on in life, he had a house kind of like on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and there was a full finished basement, and apparently it was a place for people to lie low for a while. So he was kind of a safe house.
That's cool.
So yeah, honorary thief, made some collections from time to time.
Safe house.
Safe house. This is what I know. These are what I know. Another thing too, I'll say this one time. I forgot the name of the book, but if people care, feel free to DM me and I'll let you know. But there's a book where he's at a conference, and Jimmy Hoffa's at this conference, and it's in the movie The Goodfellas. You remember when they're in Miami?
Yeah.
It's that conference. It's literally that one. I actually have an ashtray on my nightstand right now from that conference. It says like honor or whatever. It's like you in your. Yours by the union. Who cares? Jimmy Hoffa. It's like it got a
That's
signature.
crazy.
It's badass.
It's got his actual signature on it.
I put my candy in there. I put my Hershey Kisses in there.
Well, I mean that's good because all Hoffa wanted was to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's on my
moved on. It's moved on,
and I love him. And
that's where you keep your sugary treats.
Yeah. That's what he would have wanted.
And then you just sit there and you go, "That's for you.
That's for you, Hoff."
Yeah.
Big Hoffy.
Big Hoffy.
He was a big ice cream guy. I might have started eating ice cream out of there.
Was he a big ice cream?
Yeah.
Out of an ashtray. That'd be a good. That is a very 1950s move.
Yeah.
Just like good. I got my ice cream. Got my tobacco.
Yeah.
That's what my doctor told me to do.
You know, my cholesterol's been high. I got to do this now.
Come on,
No,
my lungs have been hurting, so I'm switching to cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I kind of like, actually. I was on eBay, I think 2 years ago. I was trying to find an ashtray from Dangerfields, like when it was closing down. I was trying to score like an official one. They had them for sale, like $80, and I was like,
They literally sold that whole place off for scraps.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they were
pieced
saying,
it out.
every single thing here is some kind of memorabilia.
Yeah. Well, Rodney's my favorite, man. He's the best.
Is he actually?
Truth, I'm like 8 pages away from finishing his biography.
So like early days or late stage?
Everything.
Because late stage is hilarious.
Yeah, late stage was just like, you know, half dementia, half, you know, just a total
Just
menace
messing
to
with
society.
people, yeah.
And, you know, he just loved to see what he can get away with, you know.
Dude, well, I mean, it's like there's a weird moment when you realize like, oh, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I've been walking out into the crowd
Yeah.
just the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And just messing with people.
People dig it.
And yeah, I keep thinking that like someone's gonna stop me from doing what I'm about to do,
Yeah.
and I get away every time.
If you do it well, you know.
If you're nice about it, yeah. But I'm like, there's no reason for me to be doing this. Yeah.
We're in the day and age now where stand-up comedy really does feel like, you know, it's just taking a bunch of forks in the road of like, it could be this, it could be that. You could probably get away with more.
Well, yeah, but I've been really I put my hand in a guy's mouth.
So you're acting like I don't know. I seen you fucking kiss a chick. You kissed her on the cheek. You gave her a little smooch, but it was cool. It was fully consensual.
Fully consensual.
And she was 1,000% on board. In fact, I thought she wanted an encore. But
it was not at all sexual.
No, just a little peck on the cheek.
Yeah, it was a punchline line to go da 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 da, and then I stand up and run away. Yeah.
It was cute. It was nice.
In no way am I hitting on my audience.
No.
While I'm there, that would be a weird move. The only time I have hit on someone in my audience is when they are over the age of 78, and I've done that several times.
That's fair game.
And it's always hilarious.
I'm so glad you added 8.
Yeah, 78. Well, 77.
I thought it was just 7.
78.
I was like, if they're over the age of
78. Oh, okay. I was like, no. If you're 77, I'm like, sorry, man. What do you think? I'm a cradle robber? No,
too young.
It's 80 and up. 80 and up.
Yeah. I like those white-faced cougars.
I did like almost Spider-Man kiss a 75-year-old woman at a show. There was like tables, so I laid down on the table and looked up at her upside down. I'm like, you ever seen Spider-Man?
She was like, yeah. She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me shoot that web.
But I keep doing that. Like I've just started doing it because I featured for Moses Storm when he came in, and he did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out in the green room. I was like, that's pretty fun. Like and you get away with that. He goes, they'll let you do anything. I said, what? Really? He goes, anything. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. And no, he's right.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it hasn't.
That's I love when people break the uniform like Harlan Williams. One of my favorite things that he does is just in the middle of his set, like just someone that's laughing in the front row. He'll just be like, pardon me, sir, could you not? We're trying to do a show here.
Yeah, and just
keep going. And it's like, if you don't know what he's doing, you'd be like, that guy's a dick. But it's so funny.
If it's just one person.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets to laugh but you.
Yeah, no,
It's a great bit.
You got to take the fall. Yeah.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, but no, I love the idea of getting goofy with it and just, doing new stuff with the crowd, And they love it.
Yeah.
In the day and age now where people want to be crowd worked, and it's annoying.
But it has gotten a little gross.
It's gotten a little gross.
Yeah.
I do like if I'm booked in Athens or I'm doing some like more college student towns or whatever, it's very obvious that like a younger audience, they're less interested in hearing material and they're more interested in just having a moment.
Yeah.
And so I'll get in there and I'll be like, hey, what's your name? And one chick's like, oh, my name's Elizabeth, and I'm like, oh, I got a sister whose name is Elizabeth. She's a bitch too, and it's got. And my sister Beth's great. That's just something that actually happened. She's wonderful. She's not a bitch. That's just a joke I said, but that they'd rather have that.
Well, I mean, it's like they want to feel a connection to the night and to you. Yeah. And they see everyone online getting these sweet roasts or whatever. Yeah. And it's weird when it's like people want me to be mean. I'm like, I am actually really happy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy right now.
Having a great time.
I'm actually enjoying myself.
And you being rude to me during my show actually doesn't bother me.
I'm actually chilling.
I'm kind of down to have something to make fun of.
But it's the guy who goes, I was just trying to help the show.
It's like,
I'm
hey,
like, well, hey, buddy,
didn't
you made it worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though we got out of that and
Yeah.
it was fun for us because and that's just because I kind of, we know how to do this.
Yeah. It's like a lifeguard seeing someone drown and be like, that guy needs to hold a breath.
But I would have rather gotten that joke done than I wanted to get done.
Yeah, yeah. We were going somewhere.
I wrote it for tonight. I wrote it to tell you.
It's not going to happen ever again.
But instead, we got to talk about your jacket. We feel better about that?
like
Good. Are you glad we talked about your jacket?
We like this jacket now.
That's
right?
good, dude. When someone is sitting in the front row wearing a cape on purpose, and you're like, okay, bud.
Yeah,
come on.
We have to address this.
You're not Nosferatu. Yeah.
Not syndrome.
But they want this, please, can we just make it about me?
I just want to talk about my kid.
If I could make it about me, that'd be so nice.
Super.
If everyone here looked at my jacket.
I spent $64 on this H&M jacket. It's got fake suede, and I want everyone to pay me some mind.
But I mean, whatever. If everyone has a good time at the end of the day, yes, you did your job.
It's all good.
So it doesn't matter. But it is a little annoying.
Yeah, and I'm not about to pretend to be like comedy expert McGee and talk about the state of stand-up comedy. But
No.
it's it is hard to it's hard to ignore. A lot of times you get into a show and just right off the cuff, like you're doing your intro joke, and they couldn't give a shit. They just were like, "Oh man, tell us about that," and I'm just like,
Well, it's like if you open it up to you can talk to specific people, but I think if you also are quick to shut down.
"Oh yeah, yeah,
chirping.
yeah."
So you can as long as that is kind of maintained, as long as you don't lose the kind of power dynamic there, you can kind of rein it in. Like we could have a rowdy crowd because it's most of what I cut my teeth on and what I love is a rowdy room.
Sure,
That's where I thrive.
Those bar shows.
Yeah, where I'm just because you know me, I kind of yell anyway.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like to be able to wrangle and get that is it's a rewarding
It's
thing.
very satisfying. Yeah, the herding cats is fun. I like too when you go out on a limb and you do some risky shit where it's like the room is being rowdy. And you got two options. You can be a third grade teacher and be like, "Okay, Lobos, close your mouths. Like, let's all calm down."
Sorry, Lobos.
That's probably a New Mexico thing because they got Lobos over there.
And this is a coyote,
I guess,
or a wolf.
But that's how they got us to shut up.
Lobos. I thought my teacher said listos. What is listos?
I don't know. I'm from Sweden.
I'm gonna hit that button.
But I'm just gonna keep talking, right?
Good. Yeah.
Double. No, but so it's like you can either try to just like be quiet. Hold on, you can either just like try to be quiet and hope people respect you, which sometimes happens, but not always.
Yeah.
Or you could just be a overbearing, heavy-handed, gorilla.
Well, it also depends on like your style too, because like there's some guys that when they go in there they're like cool.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, I'm a cool guy.
Yeah, that's like me.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Cool.
See, you're so cool, dude.
Cool, actually.
but it's like when the cool guy gets mad, it's like dad's about to turn the car around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so much
It's like,
of
oh shit, we pissed off the cool guy.
Yeah. I'm just a big goofy bitch.
Sure.
Like, so when I'm there, like,
Yeah.
you right? Did you like the joke? Like,
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for me to get
Yeah,
mad.
you can't be mad.
Yeah,
sure.
but I get mad. It's so opposite of all of my other, because I don't like get mad at stuff in my jokes. Like I don't have a lot of ranting.
Yeah.
Like or anything. Like so those guys that kind of tap into the anger. I love that. Like
Sure.
Burrs and Louis C.K. and stuff like that.
I've tried it a few times, and it's gone both ways. I've got it to work, and I've got it to not work. I've immediately ostracized myself from my entire audience and been like, okay, and whoops. Yeah. And then I've also like said some out-of-pocket bullshit, and everyone's just like, he's so brave. Like, yeah.
Well, it's like, and I don't really get mad in my regular life. I just
Yeah.
let people walk all over me. And,
sure.
and if something bad happens, I go like, well, yeah, I probably that deserves.
Yeah,
that's what it needed
it was
to
about
happen.
time.
Yeah. Of course, no. Of course, why would anything go right?
Yeah. That's
So
what
like
I
even
expected.
road rage, like when people swerve in and stuff, the most you'll get out of me is like, buddy. That'll be the noise that, like I almost get killed on the road. I'm like, oh man, well he's probably in a rush. And so if I try to get mad at my jokes, they can tell that A, it's not real, or B, I oversell it, and they're like, well, this guy's really upset.
Yeah, he's having a hard time.
It makes people uncomfortable. I'm a little jealous of that, though. I mean, there's so many different ways to do it.
I like the idea of getting the benefit of the doubt to like anybody on the road. It's like you get cut off by like an Amazon driver. It's like, his wife's probably in labor.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
no, he's probably just a jerk.
It's 11:30 a.m. He's just working.
Yeah. I was driving home from Freedom the other night, and a dude popped up onto the median to get around me when I was in the fast lane. Like popped in like through the side with all the I don't know what they're called, but just goes up and goes around. And I watch that happen and go, I was going 70. Like it's not enough for these people. I don't have that in me.
No.
But you don't have any really angry stuff in your act either.
No, not really. I mean, I do this frustration thing where a lot of my my angles for jokes that I write is I like to write around. You got to be kidding me. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, we let this kind of thing happen.
This incredulous.
And so like I don't get like mad about it, but I do express some frustration, and I think that that's important.
Mine is just earnest confusion. It's like a lot of my stuff is just like I don't get it. And
it's like, why is this happening this way?
Yeah,
someone shed some light.
Well, basically, just me resigning myself to know that like I'm never gonna get there. Yeah. Just people are wired differently, and I'm never gonna get math. That's it.
I'm never gonna get.
Mine's never like. It's more like. That's kind of how it goes. Yeah.
It's enigma, and it's confusing, and it's fun to laugh at. It's fun to laugh with.
Would you say it's smegma?
An enigma?
Oh god, yeah.
I think I said it wrong. I think I just said
enigma and enigma.
I think I said that. I said something bad.
Enigma. That's good. Yeah.
Okay,
it's a riddle.
Yeah. Well.
It's a riddle. Oh, that's good. That's good that word is. You need some unpacking.
Yeah.
That's what makes it an enigma.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my brain just stopped. I think I had an aneurysm.
That happens to me sometimes too. It's actually most of my act is aneurysms.
Yeah, just get up there and seize. Do a tight 5.
Stupid.
Run the light.
Dude, I did in preparation for our conversation. I did find out that like my someone in my family had never seen The Godfather, and I was like, we're ripping.
You got to.
We're straight through 1, straight through 2, but there was no Teamsters in that, unfortunately.
Yeah, they they are the supporting role. The way I like to look at it is picture a painting of a cow. What are you looking at?
Paint.
You're damn right. So usually what people say to that is they're like, yeah, it's a cow like in a field or something. And it's like, okay, what's more important, the field or the cow? They're both important. There's just one's the focal point. And my grandfather, he was a blade of grass.
Well, that's I beg to kind of differ though, because when you think about mob money, it started with stuff that was illegal, but it had to become real estate.
Yeah,
and it had to become buildings.
The goal was always to
and that's what that was the driving force was actually these Teamster things, these big projects that got subsidized through.
Sure.
So actually,
they're all just trying to get legitimized. Y'all
were he was the actual cake.
That's
the
right.
crime was the icing. You know what I mean? Like the trucks and stuff, like the collections, that's the icing.
Yeah, my grandpa always had cake,
Dude, yeah.
Cake,
but he had a fat butt, dude.
I can't believe it. When he would steal those trucks, he would just jump in there and sit
just
down.
Moving around, just that jiggle,
the
dude.
Whole truck. I couldn't tell what was carrying more load.
We were afraid that you were stealing that car, but it looks like you're riding on a Jello.
yeah. Got your John Deere in your back seat there. Fucking hell.
Yeah, man, I think the driver has Parkinson's. No, I think he's just wiggling on his enormous ass.
He's just excited. He pumped the brakes once and he hasn't stopped jiggling.
That's funny. Is it Norwegian on both sides? What about the other side? Your family?
I think I like British.
Okay.
I like a lot of British.
Cool.
Yeah. I should learn more about my family history and look at the trees and stuff.
No, don't give your DNA to anyone though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that happened. Like my grandma probably gave half of her life savings to Ancestry.com.
yeah.
Like she just got so obsessed with it.
If I gave my DNA to the government, I think I would just start seeing little guys that look just like me, just like working at every Wendy's around the nation. Because those fast food, they're fake.
But I like, but like before especially Ancestry, like before there was the DNA stuff where you could tell, I really think that it was just a scam.
Yeah.
Because they said they like looked into your lineage. But I think the more money you give it, after a while, they're like, you know what? You were a duke.
Yeah. It's
Like your family were like.
Well, we can only pull so much information from your spit in a petri dish.
Well, this is before the spit in the petri dish, but my grandma was sending them money like every month to do because they were looking up like photo albums and like trying to find the family tree. Oh. And they're like, she'd come up to me and she'd be like, "This is our castle in Scotland," and I'm like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is. It's our family. I'm like, okay, let's show up.
Yeah.
Let's show up. Let's show up and start taking stuff off the walls. See how much we own this
I always
castle.
wanted a suit of armor. Yeah.
Let's just roll in. Let's roll in and go, "I'm sorry, have you not seen this family crest from Ancestry.com that I printed out on white paper?
This belongs to me.
This is obviously my castle. Clearly, I'm an O'Malley."
And you're trying to seize my castle, so it is now my responsibility to slay you.
Yeah, but like I'll hear things from my family like, "We're related to Elvis." I'm like, "Sure we are." Yeah, I'm sure.
My dad would always say, "Old King Cole." You remember like that old story that old King Cole was a merry old soul?
Yeah.
My dad told me that we were related to him, and I was like, "Dad, I don't think King Cole's a guy."
I think that's it's like we're actually related to Frosty the Snowman. Oh, cool.
Yeah, ever since the Fire Nation attacked, it melted away.
Good King Wenceslas, great uncle Wenceslas is what we call him.
Yeah, but
from 4 AD.
Your cousin Humpty was always a piece of shit.
Well, if you look back far enough, I guess you're gonna have someone impressive down the line.
Yeah.
But I think that you give the company enough money. After a while, they're like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. We had some witches, like the Salem witch trials. We had a couple witches that got toasted up,
got burnt. But they'd already procreated, so the line got to.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right.
That was a weird time. It was probably a really good time to be like a fuckboy.
Yeah, just to be a Chad.
Yeah, to be like a full
burn
Chad.
every
He's like,
chick.
well, you're just like, I think she's a witch.
Hey, you want to go to medieval prom with me? No? Well, that's too bad, because turns out you're a fucking witch.
Just to be a total skis bag in the dating world back then. The first guy to have that work.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "This girl just won't leave me alone." It's like, "Well, is she doing anything else weird?" You go, "Actually, yeah. I saw her walk on water." And then everyone just takes her outside and burns her at the stake, and you're sitting there going,
I should probably watch what I say.
"Oh, no, this was back then." They're probably like, "Oh, you have the power. I can do
I'm
everything."
gonna find some more chicks who walk on water. Just push a girl into the
Just goes
canal.
on a sexual escapade, and that's actually what started the plague.
Yeah.
Just one guy.
It had nothing to do with rats. This guy was just a rat.
Yeah, he was a rat. He was a rat bastard.
He's a nasty boy.
He was a nasty boy.
He was a nasty boy.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people burn other women.
That's a sick take.
I'm trying to win brownie points with the female community.
I'm going to let you know a secret.
Yeah.
There ain't none. I don't know. If I think about
There's no
my
female
audience.
community?
If I think about my audience right now, this is episode 6.
Yeah.
We're getting decent like Instagram views, but the YouTube, I'm getting like 40 views per.
Have you had any lady guests yet?
Not yet.
Okay, well that'll help.
That'll probably help. That'll probably help. Yeah. I've just been trying to have a good time. That's my bad, dude. That's my bad. I've just been like having my friends on.
You can get my wife
I have
on.
some female friends. I'll invite them on. The
My
problem
wife
is
will
this
come
is
on.
also in the middle of the day on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the women that I respect are doing stuff right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the only people I know that aren't doing stuff are skis bag comedians like me.
Yeah, and me too. I know everything you were saying had nothing to do with me, but I took it personally.
Really?
No.
Good.
I got hard skin.
Okay, good. You didn't say it like you did. You were like, I have hard skin.
I have a hard cock. I have a hard dick. No, I'm just kidding, bro. I love it. I'm not trying to bash about the lady stuff. I just, I have a certain appeal that I give out to, and between you and me and no one else, it's not usually women.
Why? You're like you like wear sweaters and have cats? Like why?
Yeah, I like cats, but
That's usually enough to carry a good conversation with a female stranger for about an hour and a half. It is a cheat code.
What color is yours?
Well, yeah, if God forbid, if you know cat breeds.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm plugged in.
You're in.
Yeah.
You're in, dude.
I learned all about cats after I was a married man, so I could never
I had a
weaponize my knowledge.
I had a kitten in college for like a year, and it was a good time. It was a great, like, if you see a girl's cat and you go, "Is that a Scottish fold?" and she goes,
No, it's not, but thank you.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I get it right. I wouldn't say it if I didn't know.
No. Yeah.
Totes, dude.
Yeah. No, it's fun. You get into like the color patterns, and I'm just like, did you know that 80% of orange tabby cats are males? Because the way that, and that's actually true, by the way. And so, you just throw around some feline knowledge, and next thing you know,
sometimes feline knowledge can hurt you in a dating scenario. Like if you're trying to educate a woman about toxoplasmosis while you're on a
when I
date.
get you pregnant, you ain't touching any shit. Okay.
Well, Anna's just like, you know that you don't actually love your cat.
Yeah.
It's actually planted a pseudo-parasite in your brain.
Yeah, it's actually bad.
To tell you to love it. Yeah.
So, the Anunnaki came to Earth and the Egyptians, and they worshiped these cat gods, and the cat gods were actually in control the whole time.
Yeah, and then she's just sitting there going, "So what do you do for work?" Like your first date.
I do this.
Yeah. You're actually breathing in your cat's urine. That's the problem. And they're like, "I don't like this conversation. This is not as fun as I thought it was gonna be."
Do you know about like a calico cat or like a tabaco or like all the different kinds of like Siamese colors and stuff too? Like it just gets wild. Like I had no idea there was like a lavender Siamese, seal point Siamese, flame point Siamese. Like they got names for everything. But it's cool.
You heard about the Cat Island in Japan?
I have. I would love to be like in Jackass 5 and just wear like a tuna suit.
And just walk around there. But that's just a really adorable prank.
Oh, I know.
There's no danger
I'm
there.
sure there's some hungry ones.
I'm sure. But they're all going to eat the tuna.
Yeah, well,
They're pretty conditioned to people. So you're just like, I have this great idea for Jackass. It's just you going, like, getting licked by a bunch of cats.
They're all purring. This is wonderful.
And he's just sitting there with the camera going,
we can't use that. Steve-O's over there just like, we gotta eat one of these cats.
"That's Zach Hadlock, and that prank sucked."
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and Zach's fired.
"I'm Johnny Knoxville, and that was a nice prank."
Got him.
Now here's me getting my wiener bitten off by an actual snapping turtle.
Here's me waxing my asshole.
Yeah. Like, I love seeing, like, sober Knoxville now, like, still doing insane things.
Bull stuff. I'm a huge Jackass.
Oh, I am too, but it's just like he has taken the kid at school that was like, "I'll eat that," to the farthest possible. Like, he has a wife and children, and he goes like, "Now I'm gonna hit myself in the shins with a Razor scooter." And you're like, "Why are you doing this?"
It's like, dude, you can retire.
You're really famous.
People love you.
They only love me if I hurt myself.
It's like, no, they take your movies
take
too.
you, man. They even after you became a vegetarian, they liked it.
It's like, weren't you like Time's like hottest man of the year or something at one point?
I know. I didn't think that was real.
They like you.
They like it.
Did you find yourself in a position oftentimes where you were the kind of kid that's like, I'll do the risky thing if it means people like me? I was. I'll break the ice. I mean, I was the kid that's like, you guys are afraid to do that? I'll do that.
Okay, nice. I was more of the talking smack about that stuff. Like
Gotcha.
that was I did some of that, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was more,
I'm being vulnerable. Like, no one likes to be,
I was always just verbal. Like, I was like I bet we could, let's all convince everyone to do this. Let's,
You were I can talk someone dumber
instigator.
into this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm dumb enough to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I was like in the 5th grade or whatever, I was hanging out with my boy TJ Cummings. Give it up, TJ. Shout out. But we were hanging out. Shout out.
You just went into like, shout out.
I'm waiting for a response. TJ. He has since passed. So,
all right, so go. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. So, yeah. But we snorted different candies. And Baby Bottle Pops, we snorted the powder out them mugs. And the sugar grains are so thick
Just nose starts bleeding
just 30,
immediately.
35-minute nosebleed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, and it's like that's not cool or funny, but we were like I don't know, like 11.
Yeah.
And so when you're 11, that is super badass.
It's
to
pretty
do.
badass.
It's pretty. It's like whoa.
It's like that. I mean, we did that with. I remember we used to do like that with hot sauce.
Yeah, I've
You
done
like
that.
to snort some hot sauce.
Yeah,
You do that number.
I've chugged an entire bottle of sriracha.
Nice. Okay, so that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Or like pour stuff in your. I've eaten the world's hottest chili, or pepper.
Okay.
It's the Carolina Reaper.
Seems like you might have done that as an adult the way that you said that.
Yeah, I did it like 5 years ago.
You said that like you had the Scoville count in your head. This wasn't something you did as a kid.
It's on YouTube actually, but it's a shitty quality video, but it's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it one of those ones where it's like you got to do that and then try to perform?
Nah.
I hate those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was just eat it and.
I thought I could hang. I tried one of those. It was like the
Carolina Reaper?
No, it was like a hot sauce show.
Yeah.
In LA.
Like a hot
It
one?
was just it was like that, but it was you do stand up.
Yeah.
And everyone before you can't do it, but you're in there sitting in there going, and I don't even really like spicy stuff that much. Like I like it to a normal level. But in your head, you go, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. And
immediately your nose just starts running and you're weeping from both eyes. You're like, anyway, so where are you from? Like, where did...
So, anybody in here dating? Anybody in here breastfeeding? I need milk.
Dude, I was like hyperventilating. It was terrible. Absolutely horrible. But yeah, I never did the spicy stuff for the laughs.
Yeah, I do it. I like it. I think it's funny. I like physical humor, pain. Like I like physical pain humor. Like
I like that
Jackass.
too. Yeah.
Like when someone gets walloped, I love it. But I'm super picky. I'm super. Like my line is thin. It's like the moment I know where like the damage done to the person will still be hurting them like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I'm good. Like that show, like what was it called, Scarred or whatever, where they would like just do skateboard tricks and just like break their shit in half.
Like, have you seen the redneck wrestling guys? The ones who just like strap fluorescent light bulbs onto themselves and jump off the roof. Yeah. And you're like, who is this for? What are you doing?
A body slam through like 9 rows of bulbs. It's like
into a microwave, like a metal. It's like plugged in and open.
It's currently running a fucking shepherd's pie.
Watch me lick these batteries. You're like, is this hardcore still? I don't know.
I'm gonna put my face in this anthill.
Yeah. Have you ever seen me lick razor wire? And you're like, why are you doing this? We're in Wyoming.
Yeah, this is the only thing.
It's the only thing we can do.
This pain is what sets us free.
That's what Wyoming's known for. It's just like torture porn. Like these guys.
Dust Bowl. It's terrible.
Well, dude, you got anything you want to plug? This will come out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, shoot, man. My name is Zach Hadlock.
Fur Kids. Give to Fur Kids.
Yeah. If you love animals, that's the animal rescue that I do comedy for, is Fur Kids Animal Rescue. So if you care for animals deeply, you go ahead and give them a gift. If you care about my comedy and you like me, follow me, Zach Hadlock _ on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, but never post there. You can find me on TikTok as well. But yeah, I think you guys are great. Come to a Fur Kids comedy show. That's a show I run quarterly. Mr. Lowe himself will be on the next one, actually, the 31st of January. And it's going to be a hot show. It's usually about 150, 170 people we got in there. And all the money goes to a good cause. And it's worth mentioning what's in it for you, other than good karma.
Free rabbits.
It's free rabbits, all you can eat rabbit. And it's not BYOB, it's open bar. So it's a $35 ticket, which is a little steep, I'll admit to that. But
we're getting hammered.
It's a showcase. You can see a bunch of comics, and it's open bar, so you can have a couple brewskis.
Are there going to be animals there?
I can sneak you into the cat shelter right quick. Yeah, we'll do some sneaky feline digging.
Cool. Yeah. I'll see you then. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
And I love you guys. Bye.
That's the truth.